Hola! Hi everybody, welcome to our Spanish lesson for today. Before we start, you're going to need a little bit of equipment to help you out with our lesson today. So you need to find yourself something to write on, a piece of paper, and also a pen or a pencil, so something to write with. So just pause the video if you don't already have those things, go and fetch them, and then press play when you're ready to continue. So what we're going to be working on today is a recap of how we make nouns plural. We're also going to be working on our pet words. Those are going to be our nouns. And we're going to be finding out how to say that you either have or don't have a certain pet. So here are our pet words that we've seen before. And first of all, let's have a go at saying those to remind ourselves. Escuchad y repetid. Una cobaya. Una cobaya. Un conejo. Un conejo. Un gato. Un gato. Un hámster. Un hámster. Un pájaro. Un pájaro. Un perro. Un perro. Un pez. Un pez. Un ratón. Un ratón. Una tortuga. Una tortuga. Can you remember out of those 9 pets, which are the 2 that have the ch sound in? That's right, it's un conejo, number 2, and un pájaro, number 5, because when we see the letter J in Spanish, remember that we have to say it as a ch sound. Can you remember which 2 of our pets have the r sound, the rolled R sound? That's right, it's number 6, un perro, and also number 8, un ratón. Because when you have 2 R's in the middle of the word, that's a r sound. And if you have an R at the beginning of a word, that also is a r sound. And finally, on the subject of sounds, which of our pets has the th sound? Th. That's right, it is un pez, because whenever we see a Z, we have to say it as a th sound. So we've taken away the names of the pets, and we're going to do an activity now with those. So you will need your pen and your piece of paper. I'm going to say the name of the pet in Spanish, and what you need to do is you need to write down which number it is. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Un gato. Un gato. That's right, it was pet number 3. Here's the next one. Un pez. Un pez. Which number do you need to write for that? Un pez. That's right, it was number 7. Next one. Una cobaya. Una cobaya. Which number have you written? Is it number 1? Next one. Un pájaro. Un pájaro. There's un pájaro. Next. Una tortuga. Una tortuga. Which number's that? That's right, it's number 9. Una tortuga. And the next one. Un conejo. Un conejo. Which number is that one? Un conejo. That's right, it's number 2. Next one. Un perro. Un perro. That's number 6. And un hamster. Un hamster. Which pet's that? Un hamster. Number 4. And the last one, un ratón. Un ratón. Which pet's that? Un ratón. It's pet number 8. Did you get some of those right? Fantastic. Now, we've been working on, haven't we, how we go about making nouns plural. Of course, the nouns that we're working on at the moment are our pet nouns. Remember, if your noun ends in a vowel is A, E, I, O, or U, then to make it plural, to say that there's more than one, you put an S on the end. If your word ends in any other letter, those are the consonants, then you need to add ES. So if it ends in a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, you add S. If it ends in a consonant, any other letter, then you need to add ES. So here are some more pet words. And what we need to do is we need to work out whether we would add S or ES onto these pet words. So the first one is rata. Rata is a rat. But what do we need to add to say rats? Will it be S? Will it be ES? Which one do you think? It's S, ratas, because it ends in a vowel. The next one, erizo, that hedgehog there. Erizo. Do we need to add S or ES to say hedgehogs? That's right, it was an S because O is a vowel. The next one is a ferret, and in Spanish a ferret is hurón. Hurón. So do we need to add S or ES to that one? That's right, ES, because N is a consonant. The next one, caracol. Caracol is a snail. But what do we need to add to that word so that it says snails? Will it be S or will it be ES? That's right, it's ES, caracoles. Then a gerbil, that's one gerbil. But if we wanted to say gerbils, would we add S or ES to that word? That's right, it would be S because O is a vowel. So gerbils is gerbos. And finally, we have a snake, serpiente. If we wanted to say snakes, what would we add to that word? Would it be S or would it be ES? It would be just an S because the E on the end is a vowel, serpientes. Now, it's time for you to do a little bit of writing. So what I would like you to do, please, is to copy down this list of Spanish pet words and then make them plural by adding either S if they end in a vowel or ES if they end in a consonant. So pause the video and have a go at that task. Press play when you're ready to start. So have you put S or ES on the end of all those pet words? Let's have a look and see if you are right. Here are the answers. So we have cobayas, conejos, gatos. Those all just add an S because they end in a vowel. Then hamsteres ends in a consonant, so needs ES. Pájaros, perros. Then number 7, peces. That one ends in a Z, which is a consonant. So we would add ES, but the rules of Spanish say that we also have to change the Z for a C to keep the th sound, because Z and E aren't allowed together in Spanish. Then number 8, ratones, ES on the end, and tortugas with just an S because it ends with a vowel. So if you need to pause the video just to mark your work, do that and press play when you're ready to continue. Now, we're going to have a practice of saying that you either have or don't have one of these pets. So if you remember, we've got tengo and no tengo. I have, I don't have to start our sentence with. Then, depending on the pet, if it's a masculine pet, the next thing we need is un. If it's a feminine pet, the next thing we need is una, and then our pet word. So, for example, if you said, tengo un hámster, what would our sentence be in English? Tengo un hámster. That's right, I have a hamster, but it could also be I have one hamster, because a and one are the same in Spanish. In English, we have two different words. So you need your piece of paper and your pen again, please. And I'm going to say a sentence in English, and I would like you to use the sentence builder here to say that, to write that sentence in Spanish. Okay, so listen to the sentence in English and write the sentence in Spanish. You can always pause the video if you want to. So, number one, how do you say, I have a dog? I have a dog. I have a dog. So that one would be, tengo un perro. Did you get it right? Number two, remember you can always pause the video to give yourself some writing time. So number two, how do you say, I have one guinea pig? I have one guinea pig. Okay? I have one guinea pig. What would that sentence be? So I have one guinea pig would be, tengo una cobaya. Number three, how do you say, I don't have a fish? I don't have a fish. Can you write that one down? I don't have a fish. If you work that one out, it would be, no tengo un pez. No tengo un pez. Next, number four, how do you say, I have a tortoise? I have a tortoise. Remember, you need to write three different words. I have a tortoise. And what would that be? That's right, tengo una tortuga. Number five, what would the sentence be for I don't have a cat? I don't have a cat. I don't have a cat. Have you written down, no tengo un gato? And the last one, number six, how do you say, I don't have a mouse? I don't have a mouse. Have you written that one down? I don't have a mouse. That one would be, no tengo un ratón. No tengo un ratón. Well done. Now, we can use a very similar setup on the sentence builder to help us to say how many of a certain pet we have. So, for example, we're going to start over on the left-hand side here with tengo, again, for I have. Then in the next column over, follow the arrow, we have some numbers. We could put any numbers in there that we wanted apart from the number one, but we've just got 4 there to keep it simple. And then on the right-hand side, we've got the same pets, except they've got their S's and ES's on because they are now plural, because in every sentence there is going to be more than one of them. So back with the pencil and paper. Let's have a go at some more sentences with this sentence builder. So for your first one, can you write down for me how to say, I have 4 rabbits? I have 4 rabbits. Remember, you can pause the video for some writing time if you want. I have 4 rabbits. Have you worked it out? I have 4 rabbits. Tengo 4 conejos. Next one. How do you say, I have 2 tortoises? I have 2 tortoises. Just give you some time to work that one out. I have 2 tortoises. And that one would be Tengo 2 tortugas. Number 3. How do you say, I have 3 cats? I have 3 cats. I have 3 cats. Have you got Tengo 3 gatos? Well done. And finally, number 4. How would you say, I have 5 fishes? I have 5 fishes. I have 5 fishes. Have you worked that one out? I have 5 fishes would be Tengo 5 peces. Well done. How did you do with those? Now, we're going to move to a different sentence builder this time. And as you can see, this one is helping us to say what the pets' names are and what the pets' ages are. Now, there's a lot more information on this sentence builder. There's a lot that we haven't seen before. However, as we get more into it, you will see that there's quite a lot of language here that we already know because we used it when we were talking about family members earlier on in this unit. To start us off today, though, let's just have a little practice, first of all, of how to say some of the words on this new sentence builder. First of all, we've got our verbs. Escuchad y repetid. Se llama. Se llama. Se llaman. Se llaman. They sound very similar, don't they? Because the n sound isn't a very strong sound, but it's really, really important because it makes the difference between is called and are called. Let's try those again. Escuchad y repetid. Se llama. Se llama. Se llaman. Se llaman. Well done. Now, next, you'll notice we've got some names. These are just names of pets, and they've all got a little something in them to make the way we say them a bit more challenging. So let's just have a practice of these pet names. Escuchad y repetid. Daphne. Daphne. H. H. Gnocche. Gnocche. Milou. Milou. Limon. Limon. Rino. Rino. Pichu. Pichu. Joya. Joya. Raku. Raku. So we'll use those pet names in our example sentences. Next, we've got our second verb for the beginning of the age sentence. Let's have a practice of saying those. Escuchad y repetid. Tiene. Tiene. Tienen. Tienen. Those two are really similar as well, aren't they? Again, just a n on the end. There's the difference between it has and they have. And again, N isn't a very strong letter, so we've got to be really careful how we say it, but also listen really carefully when we hear it too. Tiene. Tienen. So everything else on there, we already know. We know that mi means my, mis means my when there's more than one thing. We know the numbers. We know año and años. We also know y for and as well. So let's see how those sentences go together. So I'm going to read out a sentence in Spanish, and what I'd like you to do is to point to each section as I say it. Okay, point to each word that you hear. Here's the first one. Mi perro se llama Rino. Tiene 2 años. Did you get to the end? Did you find everything? Did you notice that we're going along the top line? If it's just one pet, you go along the top. If it's more than one pet, we go along the bottom. Let's try that one again. Mi perro se llama Rino. Tiene 2 años. So my dog is called Rino. He is or it is 2 years old. Let's try another one. Mi pez se llama Pichu. Tiene 1 año. Mi pez se llama Pichu. Tiene 1 año. Did you find them all? Yeah, so that one as well went along the top line. Let's try another one. Remember, point to all the bits that you hear. Mis ratones se llaman Milu y Raku. Tienen 3 años. Let's try that one again in case you missed a bit. Mis ratones se llaman Milu y Raku. Tienen 3 años. Did you notice that that one went along the bottom row because there was more than one pet? So my mice are called Milu and Raku. They are 3 years old. One more. Point to each bit as you hear it. Mis cobayas se llaman Daphne y H. Tienen 5 años. Did you get to the end? Let's try again. Mis cobayas se llaman Daphne y H. Tienen 5 años. And that one as well went along the bottom, didn't it? Because we were talking about more than one pet. So we'll have a go at getting more used to that sentence builder next time. Well done. Muy bien. Buen trabajo. And adios. See you next time.